In January 2024, Jannik Sinner won his first ever Grand Slam title at the 2024 Australian Open, beating the famous and skilled Novak Djokovic in the final. Join us as we unravel the history of how Jannik Sinner became the boy wonder. Let's begin, shall we?
Dicevamo è un classe 2001, Gabriele, adesso siamo invece su...
At just 13, Italian-born athlete and rising star Jannik Sinner left behind skiing and soccer, sports he'd been active in and remarkably successful at his whole life, to focus his energy on the tennis court. Tennis was already a pastime of his, but the decision to leave his family and friends in the mountainous north to train on the Italian Riviera was not an obvious one. If you're good at skiing in the Alps, you are good all around the world, Sinner says about the risk he took when shifting gears. Tennis is not like this. If you are good in my hometown, you are still a nobody around the world. The challenge to succeed was part of the draw for Sinner. So was the solitary nature of the game. When playing tennis, you are alone. You have to try to find a solution by yourself, he explains. Even if it's tougher, that's why I chose it. Known for his assertiveness on the court, gameplay for Sinner is an electric charge. The pressure gives you goosebumps, he says. Sinner has spent just under a decade on the rise. An astounding trajectory for an athlete of any age, let alone age 21, and is tipped to reach the top of his game at pace. The Association of Tennis Professionals declared him Newcomer of the Year in 2019 after he broke through the top 100. From there, he continued to smash his way forward, ranking in the top 50 in 2020, then the top 20 in 2021, until later that same year becoming the first player born in the early aughts to break the top 10. Unsurprisingly, Sinner is heralded as one of the leading lights of a new generation of tennis players, which includes Carlos Alcaraz, who's ranked number 2 in the world, and who Sinner looks up to. I feel like I can improve my game because of him, he says of the Spanish-born champion who reached the world's #1 spot in 2022 at the young age of 20. I push myself to reach that kind of level. Already a spokesperson for well-being across sports, Sinner believes that ambition should not come at the expense of a healthy mindset. Maybe you hurt your body a bit sometimes, which is normal, but nothing happens that is too bad, he says of potential disappointment on the court. He also started his own mental health initiative, called What's Kept You Moving, mid-pandemic in 2020, in which he interviews other young athletes about overcoming challenging circumstances. In the latest episode of A Hero's Journey, a series of videos about modern sports icons, produced by Gucci and GQ Sports, Sinner talked about what it's like being in the spotlight while he's still developing, as both a player and a person. Beyond any expectations he might feel from fans or the media, it's his belief in his own potential and the expectations that come out of that continue to propel him forward. I've invested 100% of myself, and that's maybe one of the reasons why I'm here, he says. In the film, he carries copies of his imagined autobiography in a Gucci Valigeria travel collection cabin trolley. The message is clear. Sinner is writing his own story. Declaring himself a simple man just trying to enjoy playing tennis, he believes the secret to his tenacity is the support he receives from his own personal heroes, his parents. They gave me a lot of respect, Sinner says of the pair. His dad worked as a cook at the same restaurant where his mother was a server. They gave so many hours of every day without complaining. I have a lot of respect for their hard work. That's what they gave me. With his family's strength behind him, Sinner was focused on the future, including a possible Grand Slam win. I see only positive things, he said of his next life chapters. You have to trust the process, and that's what I'm doing right now. I have my own way. To talk about his playing style, Sinner is one of the strongest hitters on the ATP Tour and an aggressive baseliner. Sinner's two-handed backhand is arguably his strongest ground stroke. It produces the most topspin of any player on the circuit, averaging 1858 revolutions per minute and the 5th best average speed of 111.2 kilometers per hour. His ability to quickly open up his body and generate enormous racket head speed, which occasionally enables him to strike the ball at over 160 kilometers per hour, as well as his short, compact takeback, make his forehand another strength. He uses a modern, semi-western grip to generate large amounts of topspin, increasing net clearance and reducing the likelihood of unforced errors. Moving on, if teamwork really does make dreams work, then it's no wonder that Jannik Sinner is thriving. The Italians' coaches seemed completely at ease and comfortable in each other's company as they addressed the media at the Australian Open 2024 after Sinner won the finale. Sinner also briefly interjected on the day he advanced to his first Grand Slam final by ending the 33-match winning streak of Novak Djokovic at Melbourne Park. How is it to coach Jannik? asked not a journalist, but the fourth seed himself. "It's a crappy job," replied the better known of his two coaches, Darren Cahill. "We are not paid enough. The guy gives us a hard time all the time, and he's forever actually taking our money in card games. And he gets a lot of enjoyment about that stuff." A major ingredient in a player's success requires more than a tablespoon of harmony. Sinner's other coach, Simone Vagnozzi, Cahill, physio Giacomo Naldi, and fitness trainer Umberto Ferrara all appear in sync. 2 years ago, the 22-year-old had an entirely different entourage. It came as a surprise when he parted company with Riccardo Piatti, who guided him up the ranks during his early days on the Pro Tour. Italian players teaming with coaches for years and years is far from unusual, as evidenced by Lorenzo Musetti and Lorenzo Sonego. Former Wimbledon finalist Matteo Berrettini cut ties with Vincenzo Santopadre late last year following a 13-year stint. But Sinner felt he needed a change and assembled a new inner circle, led by Vagnozzi, who made 3 challenger semifinals in his playing career prior to turning to coaching. Moving on, Jannik Sinner has claimed his second title of 2024 after he clinched the Rotterdam Open Trophy, beating Alex de Minaur 7-5, 6-4 in the Netherlands. Sinner, who rose to world number 3 as a result, earned his 15th consecutive tour win and his 12th title with a straight sets triumph over the Australian, who was able to break back twice, once in each set, but Sinner had enough to get the job done. Jannik Sinner bagged his second title of 2024 as he claimed the Rotterdam Open Trophy, beating Alex de Minaur 7-5, 6-4. The Italian, who claimed a maiden Australian Open in January, was in unstoppable form in the Netherlands, dropping just 1 set en route to Sunday's final. He had previously come through home favorite Botic van de Zandschulp, the evergreen Gal Monfils, and heavy-hitting Milos Raonic, before beating another Dutchman, Talon Griekspoor, in the semifinals. De Minaur, the 5th seed at the event, beat Grigor Dimitrov in straight sets in the Final Four, and 2nd seed Andrei Rublev in the quarterfinals the previous day. But come the final showdown, it was Sinner who extended his unbeaten run over the Australian, with the now world number 3 rising above Daniil Medvedev after claiming this crown 7 matches undefeated against De Minaur, who is up to 9th. Sinner hit 23 winners in this final, and he let a break advantage in both sets slip. The first when serving for the opener at 5-4, with De Minaur saving 4 set points. This, however, would not affect him, with the 22-year-old recovering well to break the Australian immediately afterward and set him on his way to claiming a 15th consecutive victory and adding a 12th title to his growing list of accolades. "I served for the first set at 5-4 and he played an incredible game there," Sinner said afterward. "I missed a couple of things, but that's normal. I had to get back on it the point after, and I felt like the match was really good. We both played well. I felt that I could have served a little bit better, but those are the details. In the future, that could make me stronger." Amazing week. It has been a joy to play in Rotterdam. Every time when you win a title, it doesn't matter how big, it means a lot. I had a little bit more attention, but when you earn something, you have to deal with that. I felt like I was trying to put 100% effort into everything I've done. And that's the result of this week. It's going to start again from 0 at Indian Wells, so I'm already trying to improve, and let's see what's coming. And that's it for this video. Please click the like and subscribe buttons down below if you found it useful. To make sure you don't miss any uploads, tap the bell icon, share the video, and comment down your thoughts. See you in the next one.